It's Tuesday afternoon, and you know what that means. It's time for Randomity with the Random Christian Show. Today, the Random Christian Show is interviewing writer-director Sandy Slaven. Do you love shameless promotion of your product or brand? Are you looking to branch into alternative marketing opportunities? Do you want two random hosts to pump your product and brand for 2 hours every Tuesday? Presenting sponsor packages for the Random Christian Show are available now. Just email the Random Christian Show at gmail.com for more information. The Random Christian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. The Advisor is a Facebook group created by Colonel James Neal Broadus, composed of multi-talents such as actors, directors, artists, writers, and more. If you fall into this category, contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. Intro music provided by the Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify and at deadcampers.com. Next week, the Random Christian Show is interviewing actor and author Herbie J. Pilato. My name is Andy, and now here's your host, Christian Random.
Day-o! Hello, heyo. It is I, Christian, and this is the show of randomity, the bold process of knowing and discussing anything and everything about nothing in particular. So there's always that. I want to welcome you all to the show. Thank you very much for being here. Andrew, my co-host and sidekick, is unavailable today due to what we call, well, a job. And so we'll just have to we'll suffer through without him, and it'll be great, and we'll have fun, and we will miss him horribly, and but our aim will get better, and we'll get to him at some point. I am Christian Random, holiday guy. That's right, we are officially full on into the holiday season, and that is the perfect time to be watching holiday movies, which in fact has a correlation with our guest today, Miss Sandy Slaven. She is the director and writer of the Rose Wagon, and we are going to be talking with her about that and several other of her projects and how she got to where she is, and all of those aspects. We are very excited to have her along. Don't forget, if you want, where is it? There it is. Hold on, let me get it going here. We have a chat. That's right. You, the viewer, the watcher, the listener, the people that are on the other side of this, you can be a part of this and enjoy conversations with us, ask questions. We do keep this as a PG-13 show. We are trying to be faith-based and well-respectful, so that way people can listen with their families and friends around. So just try to keep that in mind. We do appreciate you being a part of it. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, and spread the word. If you like what you hear, let people know. All right. So we've got the chat enabled. I've already done that. So that way, because I don't have Andy here to go, hey, hit the button, go hit the button. Nope. It's just me. It's all mine once again. And yeah, I won't let it go to my head, really. But yes, so again, I am holiday guy, Christian Random, and we have a lady that we had a little problem last time we tried to get her on, so we just stuck with a couple other people that were in with her. Robert Amico. Oh my gosh, I hope I said that right. Which we had fun with, but was having also technical problems with for some reason. But we now have fine-tuned and found out the problems. Actually, thanks to our last week's guest who helped us kind of experiment and play around. And so now we have all our technical aspects out of the way. We know what to do and how to expect what to deal with when it goes south. And nobody really cares. So anyway, it's all dialed in, but we need to bring on today's guest. We're just going to get straight into it. We're going right for the gusto. We're here for you, and that's what you're here for. So let's bring it in. Let's bring her in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Sandy Slaven. Hello, Miss Sandy. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
We are doing very, very well. In fact, hold on. Got a little sip of my coffee going.
Right.
just keeps things rolling, you know. Anyway,
Right.
so we look at you're clear. We can hear you. Everything's working perfect. I told you we'd get it figured out.
We
I
got it
wasn't
figured
afraid.
out.
Yes. So no, excellent, excellent. So glad that you were able to come back. And actually, this kind of works a little more better for your show, your movie, The Rose Wagon, correct?
Yes,
And now has it been released yet, or is it being released as we speak?
in the process.
Okay.
Uh, we've got a fabulous editor, Christian Griffith, and he's knee deep in working on the Rose Wagon right now. So he says to tell everyone soon.
Well, being the guy that's been on the production end of radio, just back in the day when you used to have to splice tape and do all this kind of stuff, soon means soon. And that's good because yeah. When are we gonna have that spot done? Soon. But you keep coming in here every 5 minutes asking when it's going to be done, and that doesn't make it go any faster.
Doesn't make it going faster at all. Nope.
But all right, so it's soon. Can we expect it like within the next few weeks? Because I know it is more of a holiday themed kind of movie.
It'll probably be a few months.
Oh well. Well, hey, we'll have it for next year for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, okay, that's good. Hey, we don't want to rush it. We want it done right, right?
Exactly.
So, all right, Miss Sandy. So, and now this is not your own. This is just. I mean, this thing's been just the clips, which was really blowing me away. The clips have a. Oh, yay, we've got spammers. Hang on one second. I'm sorry. We're going to have to unenable the chat, and then. No, that's not going to work either. Let me do this. Let me go over here. We'll just block user and to block list and restream chat. There, maybe that will get rid of them now. Hold on, please. Terribly. Oh, great. Yeah, we know something went wrong because Free Girls in U City means yeah. So I apologize. I will figure out how to do that. So you've been winning awards with just the clips, and I mean not just like local awards. And you're out of Indianapolis, correct? Or you're near Indianapolis.
I'm near Indianapolis, probably about 30 miles from Indianapolis. So
Okay,
I'm in Newcastle.
Right. Okay. Now, but the you've like gotten international acclaim with some of these clips that you've put out there, and so where are you? Where all has this debuted? And like I said, it's just a clip, which is it's a very moving and endearing clip. If you haven't seen it, it's the Rose Wagon. They can find that on well, it's got its own YouTube page, right?
Well, we've got it on YouTube. Our DP Christian Griffith has put it on. You can subscribe to his page. We're still kind of in the process of getting a Rose Wagon page started on YouTube.
Okay, but Facebook, I know that.
Yes.
Right? Okay,
exactly.
So they can go there and see the clip there. It's a very endearing and I mean you kind of get hooked in. You're just like whoa, and so I mean both me and Andy we were talking off to the side one day because when we were checking out, we're just like, dude, this is a real. I mean, you get kind of hooked just watching the clip. It's really great. It's a great edit, and I'm very excited to see the finished product. Why don't you give us a little description of what the Rose Wagon is about, so we everybody out here can know and see what's going on.
Okay, well, the Rose Wagon talks about a widower. He's in his 20s. His wife died 8 years ago, right after the birth of their daughter. So this is 8 years we've progressed, and they've never celebrated Christmas in those 8 years. So his little girl decides she wants a wagon. He goes out. He's trying to get her a wagon for Christmas, but he's also a construction worker. So at Christmas time, his work is down. He
Right.
gets lucky, he finds a job, goes out, has an automobile accident, and our story kind of goes
Oh.
from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He
Go ahead.
he comes back from the hospital. He's wheelchair bound, but it's then that he kind of uses his wits and he goes out and he builds her little red wagon. And while he's doing that, hospital team has learned of a surgery that might help him to walk again. So Bella goes out with this now caregiver that our lead character has, and they sell roses in order to try to raise funds.
Hence the Rose Wagon name.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
And along the way, they meet several characters. Some are very endearing, some are kind of scary, but in the end, they kind of win everybody over. And yeah, I can't.
Right on. Yeah, no, I know you can't give too much away, and I get that. That's fine.
Right.
Which I mean, we all understand. We had Michael Thomas Angel on last week. He's an actor, and he was trying to talk. He's got films that he lists, but then he's like, I can't really talk about it yet because it's not released. And I'm like, yeah, fine. So, but I understand. And Donna Lee Heising, who is in this movie. Miss Rita McPherson says hello, if you can see that there. Hello, Rita. Nice to see you or hear from you. We are and Robert Amico is did I say his last name right? Is it Amico?
Yeah. Robert Amico. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So yeah, and he's a doctor in it, and she is what does Donna play in this movie? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Our lady male character, the one who's in the father, the widower, she plays his mother.
Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, she's like the grandma. Okay, I gotcha. All right. So now,
Hey there,
now how far has this movie, just the clip alone, it's traveled? I know it. Did it make it over to Cannes?
I don't know if it made it. No, I don't think it made it to Cannes. But I'm really proud.
I forgot.
I'm really proud of the fact Calcutta. We won an award at the Calcutta Film Festival. There was a festival in Sweden. And there was some in Los Angeles, kind of all over the place because Donna, she takes care of the IMDb page and she takes care of the film festivals, and she just went out and she had them everywhere. So
yeah,
there's just a lot. We've won over 35 awards, so it's hard to kind of list everybody, but it's everywhere.
This is not a bad thing to have. I'm just saying, if you're gonna have a problem like that, then hello, Seth. Welcome to the show. If you're gonna have a problem, trying to remember 35 different winning awards, then or awards won, yeah, that's okay. That's fine. And I know, a lot of people are like, oh, Calcutta, whatever. That Calcutta Film Festival has become very, very big.
Yes.
I mean, I did a little research because I was the same way. I'm like, oh, Calcutta. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. No, that's very, very cool because it has become a very, it's become a key. It's, like Cons has is it Cons or Con?
I think it's Can. They say they say it's singular. So.
Yeah. All right. So Khan. It's like the Wrath of Khan. Khan. Okay. Sorry. Star Trek'd out for a second. I'm sorry. Yeah. We nerd out every now and then here, Sandy, and I apologize. It's just what I do. And if you're just now joining us, we have director, writer Sandy Slaven of the Rose Wagon and many other films that we're going to touch base on here. And as you found, please join in the chat like Rita and Seth have. So awesome. I didn't realize there were so many awards won. Congratulations. And yes, congratulations for you, ma'am. We are very excited about this. And yeah, the Los Angeles one, hello. That's a huge one to win in. you've gotten yeah, over 35 awards all over in several different film festivals. So Luther, welcome to the show. The Rose Wagon may be the best kept secret in the film industry. Listen to this. But soon, very soon, all will know of it. Yes, Luther, I believe you are absolutely correct, and that's why we've been so excited to get Miss Sandy on the show. Now, was this something that you wrote kind of out of a passion? Is this something you've had like on the back burner? You're like, I got to get this out here because I know you've done a bunch of other stuff. You started off doing kind of reality TV, right? Or
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh,
and this
yeah,
was a little later on in your life too. What was it,
right.
around 2004 you started doing the actual writing and all that? It's been a passion, obviously, but this is when you really kind of started putting a foot forward and saying, I'm gonna do some writing and directing.
Well, I say it jokingly now, but used to it hurt me a lot because I have three siblings. Well, I mean, I have five siblings, but I was mainly talking about my brothers. Everyone in them, they're athletic, and
Okay.
that was always something they could do. I don't have an athletic bone in my body, so I started learning to write. And then when a high school teacher told me, he said, "Hey, you written some good papers in my class," and he's kind of like, "Why don't you kind of look in some English and literature stuff?" And I started doing that. And then in 2004, I went online and I found the Hollywood Script Writing Institute, and my
Oh.
teacher was Earl Blakesley Jr. Um, he's from Iowa, but he's deceased now. But he actually they have stars on the Iowa sidewalk there in Iowa, so he's
Uh-huh.
got a star on the Iowa Hall of
What
Fame.
now? Yeah, I know that name. What else
Mhm.
has he done? He's done
Well,
some major stuff, hasn't he?
oh, he was a consultant for China Beach, that show. Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
he did Love American Style. He wrote some
Yes.
for
Oh
that.
my
Yeah.
gosh. I'm sorry. I'm a total. I for some reason as a kid I loved that show. Yes, I'm old. So,
Um,
uh,
he wrote comedy for Joan Rivers.
oh,
And then,
whoa.
one thing he likes to talk about, or he did like to talk about the most, was he played the drums for several of the early bands in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, all
So
right. Well, I'm also a drummer, kind of, when
he
I'm
was.
allowed to play drums. So
I
that's very
remember
cool.
when I got started in the institute there out of California, um, they set me in Earl Blakesley's class, and then I just remember the instructor saying, "You're lucky. You're very lucky. You have no idea right now, but you will one day," because
Hmm.
Earl's he's the best we've got. So, and he
Wow.
became like a mentor kind of later on. So,
That's awesome. And it's I know a lot of people kind of poo-poo the Midwest and whatnot, just oh whatever, bunch of hicks. But there's a lot of talent that comes out of the Midwest.
yes,
And I mean, you are a prime example of it. I'm a West Coast native, but I moved away from that several years ago, and I've fallen in love with the Midwest. I love the people out here. I love the towns. Not to say that East or West Coast, whatever. I'm not knocking any of that. I'm just saying, this is more where I feel at home, and I love all the talent that comes out of here because I get to meet them first and forehand before they're really out there and then move to the West Coast or whatnot or wherever. But I love that there's just so much diversity of talent that comes out of this, and not just sports wise,
yeah,
music and film, acting. You look at a lot of these major actors that are out nowadays. There's a lot of talent that comes out of these areas, and we need to be recognizing that. Indianapolis is becoming huge for making films right now too, isn't it?
they are. They absolutely
Um,
are.
Demetrius LaShawn Witherspoon, his work is he's based out of Indianapolis, and he just brags about how big that scene is becoming out there for all that. Oh, hey, Rita's in Missouri. Yeah, girl, loving you. Welcome to KC. What's up?
We love the
Um, yes, we do. Okay, so now just touching back again, yeah, you started out doing some like reality TV. Now,
Yeah,
what was what that had to be quite the adventure.
it
What was
was.
that all about?
Well, and in fact, he's my Facebook friend now. Jeff Crone and Terry Coffey. They were two local. I think Terry was a teacher here in Newcastle, Indiana, and
Okay,
they set together to set up just a small reality show, and it was three Indiana towns. I think Fairmount. I can't think. It's been many years ago, but
right,
there
right.
was three towns, and we were all challenged to see who could create the best screenplay and produce the best movie. And ours was about a killer baker, so that was the first real film I ever did.
Whoa, a
Right.
killer baker. So like they would kill people and bake them?
They would bake goods and they would poison.
Oh,
So,
wow. Well,
but we had the thing is, I think we had to do it like had to be like a 5 minute, 8 minute film. So
oh yeah, the short story project, the
yeah,
48 hours project.
well,
I remember.
well,
I remember.
done the 48-hour film project too. I've done that twice, but this was different. This was just local. So this one was called Small Town Scenario.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So it's
All right.
way back in the day. You'd have to go way back.
Well, this was back when reality TV was really starting to hit big, right? Back in the early 2000s, and shows like Survivor and all that, they were just starting to just explode and capture all the ratings.
Mhm.
What is Rita got here? Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
Kill.
Kill them and then bake them. Oh, good Lord.
Rita is working with me on Blue Ridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she
Yes.
said she was going to be tuning in. I just didn't know she was going to say kill them and bake them.
Rita's taking it to a whole new level. Well, and hey,
Hmm.
that's what we got to do. Kill them and bake them if they can't take a joke, right?
Exactly. We in that little series we did get use of our courthouse, and there were several locals, and they all volunteered to be dead bodies lying there in the courtrooms.
Oh wow, that's well. See, but somebody, there'll be a footnote in one of your famous movies later. So that'll be awesome. That's a lot of fun. I mean, now do you find that when you're doing a lot of these local shootings, like your little film project that you did, were people more than willing to help out, or was there a lot of resistance from people? Locally, we're like, oh, I don't want any of that in here. And I don't want to be associated with that.
Where I'm from, they're still really sports oriented. So it probably would have had a bigger response if it was like we're doing a basketball tournament or something like that. But I learned then there's a little group in Indiana that's kind of passionate about it. And that's the folks I really reach out to the most. Um, you know, and they're starting to grow, but
Yeah.
back then we had like literally little kids and their parents who were coming in to volunteer and that. But
Hey, that's you take help where you get it and make sure you recognize them later on. So
right, kind of
that's
once you find your people, you
yeah,
do pretty
absolutely, and your people tend to find you at times. So
good.
that's the beauty of this. Now I do want to I want to make a note that now I know the Rose Wagon is basically a faith-based movie, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the basis for a lot of your stuff now? Is a lot of that all faith-based and directed with the basis of God and implications?
I try to do that a lot. I mean, a lot of times, something else will come up and somebody will say, hey, can you help out on this? And I will do that on occasion. But for the most part, I think there's a real need for faith-based films. I think there's a real need for family films. And
Yes.
that's kind of the genre I've fallen into. I mean,
Yes.
I believe in God anyway. I'm a Christian, but that's just what I write the most of, faith-based.
No, and that's what I mean. It was just a legit question. I've really tried to gear my show to be a lot more faith-based. Like I said, I try to go PG-13, because I don't have a niche per se. I try to keep a very wide array of guests coming in, so it's not just a bunch of actors or whatever. I try to keep, I've had doctors on, I've had politicians on, I've had other podcasters on. I try to keep it open so that way I just anybody that's doing good things out in the world and trying to make our world a better place, I try to bring them in and expose them, and not in a bad way. No, don't be talking like that. So and that's, I think, yes, we need more faith, and there is a lot of quality, just good faith-based films out there that people poo-poo because they're like, oh yeah, it's all about God. No, it's not. It's just about a good clean plot, and it doesn't have to be about death and mayhem and murder and espionage and whatnot, even though some of those are fun, yes. But we need morals, and we need something showing morals and a faith-based a life. So I don't see anything wrong with that, and I highly applaud your efforts. And that the fact that you're getting blessed with all these awards is just a sign that we do need this out there. So that's awesome.
When I write a script, I just like to write about normal people.
Mm-hmm.
When I write a script, I really just like to write about normal people, normal everyday life, and then along comes something to detour them, and then it kind of turns into, well, we've got to rely on something higher than ourselves, and that's kind of where the God aspect starts coming into it.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. And and hey, man, that's what it's about, and that's the reason we're here. Now you're okay, so the Rose Wagon is in the process of coming. What Losing Breen? Let me Smoke It. You've written a few other films, or have you directed these? Let me run them by you real quick. Guilty, Smoke and Mirrors, and Losing Breen.
Guilty and Smoke and Mirrors are like 48-hour film projects.
Okay.
That when you talk about the 48-hour film projects, so no, I didn't direct those.
Okay.
Losing Breen, I didn't direct. I just wrote.
Okay, you were just the writer on them. Okay.
Well, and the director did some of the co-writing too, but they did have a director, and a lot of times I was working. I didn't even get to be on the Losing Breen set, maybe 1 or 2 days.
Oh, wow.
But it was still, I appreciate the film,
Right.
And
hey, you were a big part of it, so that's still you need the credit for what you've done and the work that you've done, and obviously it's helped you fine tune and bring about your craft into where it is now. So
when you first start, like I tell everybody, you're inexperienced, you make mistakes along the way, but then you eventually kind of find some people who can kind of guide you, and that's the people I've been seeking out here lately. So,
yeah. Well, and
something.
Right, and you find your rhythm and you find your flow, and what works for you, and then you just experiment from there. So, and after that, some things work, some things don't, but at least you try and you move forward. So that's what it's about. So, all right, the Rose Wagon, we've got that. That's coming out. That's coming out soon, hopefully within the next 2 to 3 months.
Soon.
Right? So we've got that. So let's move into the fact of you've got something else in the works right now. Now, is this a movie or is it a TV series?
That's still kind of being decided because, well, I've been told it can go either way, and there's a lot of people who are kind of pulling for a series. I thought I'd start out kind of like with a pilot movie, though.
Okay.
So, and see how well that's received, and then, hopefully, that'll turn into something.
Right.
I worked.
Go ahead.
Cord Howe, he came on the Rose Wagon, and he's kind of like a consulting producer. And I know he did Mayberry Man, and then the next thing you know, Mayberry Man turned into a series.
Right.
So they've been doing that. So, there's always a possibility.
Okay, so yes, Rita's making a note here. Funny you should ask. We were just talking about making it a limited series,
Yeah,
which have become really their own genre in a way. I know there's a lot of things on Prime, Netflix, oh my gosh, all these internet networks that are out there now, and
right.
that seems to be kind of the thing. There was the Queen of the South, which we had one of the actors on from that away. That was like last year sometime.
Hmm.
But these really have become a theme. It's like, yeah, it could become a series, but I think you can actually almost make a better just mini series like back in the old days, on the network channels where they'd have mini series like Roots or something like that. So these kind of movies are great. What is Blue Ridge about? You said it's kind of based on some of your family, correct?
It is. Well, I got and this actually came from some older people too, saying that they didn't notice I was hiring a lot of older actors. They were saying you're hiring a lot of these young actors. I thought, well, I'm going to do something. And I've worked in nursing homes, that kind
Oh,
of
okay.
raised funds for my films and what have you. So Blue Ridge had started out with a 100-year-old, a woman getting ready to turn 100 years old. She is living in a nursing home, and then she's going to travel back in the process. She's going to go back to her home state of Blue Ridge, but it's kind of, she's got some things she has to overcome. She made a promise like 78 years earlier to someone in the Blue Ridge. And so she decides on her 100th birthday, she's going to go back and fulfill that promise. But she just has to first get out of the nursing home and then find a way to get to West Virginia.
Aha!
So that's kind of the comedy aspect of it. But as she's driving along, or the person, if she finds someone, I can't say, it's kind of hard to talk about. She finds someone as they're driving along, then she starts to tell stories about her life, and it goes back into like coal mine wars and some of the struggles a lot of families had in West Virginia,
Hmm.
Appalachia, some of those areas.
Okay.
So
All
it's just
right.
basically someone reminiscing and telling their life story.
Okay. So this also has kind of a comedic aspect to it, correct? Then.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, what if you were going to categorize it, and I know it's still developing, you're still putting it all together, but I mean, you've actually started some filming for this, haven't you?
No, we haven't.
Oh, no, no, no. So it's
It's
still just in
very,
the
very
full
early. Yeah, pre-production.
early stages. Okay. Would you call it a rom-com kind of thing or a comedy drama? How would you classify it?
I'd probably classify it as a comedy drama because
Okay.
once she gets talking about life in the Blue Ridge, and it gets kind of, you start seeing some of the things that folks went through um,
Right.
all those years ago. Um, Rita and I've talked about the coal mine wars. My grandfather was a coal miner, and he was 53 years old when he passed away. And a lot
Okay.
of that came from, it's attributed to working in the mines. So we thought we were going to talk about that, and a lot of the other
Yeah.
struggles. So
And okay. Brenda Joe. And I'm probably going to butcher your name, Rutabuck. Um, she was very
oh,
excited to audition for this one too. She loves working with you. So,
she was,
well, who wouldn't?
yes.
Who wouldn't? I mean, come on. See, that's for you, Brenda Joe, because you're so sweet. And I mean that in a very positive way.
Yeah.
Close enough. So I didn't butcher your name. Excellent. Rita is saying that it will be like a docudrama, maybe. Um, and now it is based a little bit on some family history, you were saying.
Yes.
Okay, so now you're originally from the Blue Ridge, that's like Kentucky area, correct?
My mother my father was from Kentucky. My mother was from Matewan, West Virginia, and Matewan is really kind of a big area where they had like the coal mine wars going on. And
Okay.
so, like I said, they were doing the coal mine wars. My grandfather, he was a coal miner, and so And
Here
so,
we go again.
yeah, they're,
I
and
apologize. Go ahead. Keep going.
so
I'll
that just
try to
basically
get rid of this.
talks about some of the struggles in the coal mines when they actually took young kids and had them working in the coal mines, um, which we're going to have something to kind of address that in Blue Ridge. So, yeah.
Okay. And so now let's make the note here that coal mine wars are nothing like the cola wars of the 80s. This was about people that now they're fighting actually over the actual mines and the mining of coal in these areas, correct?
They were
Uh,
trying to unionize, and that's where
yes.
you got like I also said it's kind of female driven because you've got women going in and tearing up train tracks and what have you. And so we also want to kind of address that a little bit too, because these union workers are basically trying to put other people out of their jobs
Uh,
and their homes, evict them from their homes that they had provided for them. So,
hmm. Okay. So man, there's a whole gamut of stories going on here, isn't there?
well, hopefully the character is hopefully able to make it sound cohesive.
Well, but I mean, you have to have the background, so yeah, there's going to be a little jumping around, but I mean, like I said, from everything that we've seen so far, Sandy, I think you're going to do a fabulous job with it. And I think I'm very intrigued to see this come out. So now let's go back into your family here a little bit, because now again you kind of started this a little later on in your life. Now, you haven't been doing this since you were a wee kid, or whatever. This has just always been a passion for you, correct?
Um, well, it started when I was 6. Not, I was just writing little stories and little poems and so forth when I was
Mm-hmm.
6. But then, of course, as I got older, I had to go to work because my parents they married later in life, so I had older parents, and I kind of had to help take care of things around the home and with my parents and what have you. So, yeah, I couldn't go to school right away to study
Right.
filmmaking. So.
Okay. And Rita's saying it's connected with the Hatfields and the Coal Wars. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Hatfields and McCoys.
Well, um, my mom, her descendants were the Hatfields. She always liked to talk about that. So
Oh.
so I said to myself, I said one day I'm going to write about some of this, So
Yeah, there we go. I keep forgetting. Now, Andy's not here, so I keep forgetting I have a soundboard because I love to use it to annoy him. So,
no, you didn't say too much.
Rita, no, you are. This is great. We love your input, and yes, if you're out there watching the show, please feel free to get involved with the chat, unless you are a sex chat line that keeps trying to tap in on our chat that I keep blocking, but keeps finding different ways of coming on.
No,
So
you're fine. You're fine.
no, Rita, you are doing great. So yeah, you developed this later on in life, and so now around 2004, you got things rolling.
Mhm.
You were working with the short film projects and whatnot, but now you had to take a break. You had to take a break, which I think is awesome. And a lot of people don't realize, I think, that you're working what? How many jobs right now?
Well, I had 2 jobs for a long time, and I just took my 3rd job back yesterday. They called me and said they needed help.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And I said, well, I still am trying to take care of stuff with Rose Wagon and the cast. So I said, yeah. I said, I'll take it back.
Wow. So now you're working 3 jobs, doing the
Uh-huh.
writing and directing and creating these new shows. So I'm basically interrupting your sleep cycle right now, aren't I?
No, I mean, I gave up on sleep a long time ago.
Well, that's why I like drinking coffee. It's delicious. and keeps me alive.
Coffee's my favorite drink.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not sure where I'd be without yeah, sleep. What's that exactly? Um, it's this is yeah, you know, it's like I've told people. I was like, oh, you're podcasting, so you must be making money. And
Yeah,
no, I actually, I lose money.
yeah,
I work a full-time job, and in between that and my family, I'm promoting this show with all my free time. So yeah, do I get to watch a lot of things? No,
no,
because if I am watching it, I'm also on the phone doing
I
this and
don't. Yeah,
you know it's which is incredible, and I'm trying to practice, giving that its own space, but it's hard, especially when you start getting people interacting with you and asking questions. I mean, do you get a lot of have you been getting a lot of fan replies and stuff like that and requests?
well, with the Blue Ridge Project, actually, I've got people who are already sending emails in regards to auditions, and I wasn't even going to start those until after the holidays. So I just
Oh
kind of,
wow.
yeah, So sometimes I do. Sometimes, I don't hear my phone go off. So sometimes I miss them, but I usually catch them early the next morning.
That's awesome. Now, uh, you, yeah, so you took some time off after starting to get rolling with the writing with all these other small projects, and to help take care of your family, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And so that I mean that's very consuming. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but I think it's very endearing that you've still continued, but you actually, I mean, that's a priority, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. Do you mind talking about that at all, or?
And no, because basically, if it kind of helps anybody, I've never had any problems talking about it. Um, it started out my mom. My mom had Alzheimer's disease,
Mhm.
and I was trying to work and then come home and take care of her. So between working and taking care of my mom, I really didn't have a lot of other time to do anything.
Right.
And eventually, my mom, we had put her into a nursing home, and
Yeah.
she passed away in 2006. And then right after that, my dad, he had started showing signs of dementia too, and he passed away just 8 months later. So
Wow.
it was hard to try to keep working and try to take care of things with them. And I was going to my job and then going to the nursing home in the morning to make sure they were getting up okay. And then I'd go to work. Then I'd go back in the evening to make sure they were going to bed. So
Right.
yeah, it was very time consuming.
Yeah. Oh, I can try. Having had to deal with that with a member of my family, yeah, I know exactly all about that, and the strain it really put on a lot of people, and it's not easy, especially watching somebody you love, just keep slipping harder and harder. So
And my
a lot of kudos for doing all that and keeping focused on what your end goal was too. So
I know a lot of people kind of ask if I should slow down and everything, but I think at this point in my life, if I slow down, I'd probably die.
oh,
I, do- I,
sorry. I got to learn to time my drinking. Everybody seems to say something funny where I'm like right in the middle of a sip of coffee. No, yeah, it's you slow down, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't know what to do. In fact, when I actually when I had my hip surgery,
hmm
I was going crazy because I wasn't allowed to do anything really, and I was also looped up on pain pills. So, I was, I mean, we tried to do a show with me right out of the hospital, and it's out there, and it wasn't pretty. It was rather ridiculous and funny, but but yeah, I don't know, when to say when. It's part of my personality, I guess. Of course, I had that problem with alcohol and drugs at one point too. So, but that's all in the past, and we've moved forward, and here we are now. Yay! All right, so yes, the canned laughter from wherever that comes from. But yeah, so okay, so now how long after you dealt with that? I mean, there was a lot I'm sure you had to deal with even after the fact of all this. Yes, I love what you're saying there, Rita. If you still here, you have a purpose. Because God does give us purpose, and we just need to find out what it is. And then once you find it, make that purpose your purpose. So there's a lot to recover from that, and to deal with. How long did it take until you were done dealing with it? I mean, and I know with your family and stuff too. I mean, were they like, how can you be jumping into that? You need to focus on this and da 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 da, or was it vice versa? Were they like, no, go deal with that? Mom and dad are here. We got it. Where did that balance happen?
Well, see, my two older brothers were working too. They had their own families, so they really did not have a lot of time. And my parents were still in Newcastle where I was. So it just kind of felt like, yeah, I had to do most of it. I mean, every once in a while I'd call them and they'd say, well, I've got this going on. I can't just get out of this and go come up there,
Yeah.
So, yeah. And, I tell people, my dad took care of everything. I didn't know anything about a mortgage or anything, And then all of a sudden I was getting mortgage bills. And so I had to figure out how to pay the mortgage and all that. And
oh, wow.
I'm pretty good at it now. My brother kind of teased me one day. I had two cell phones. I had one person talking to one about something. I had somebody else talking to the other ones. And Joe goes, there you were in the store just talking back and forth to both of them.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, you are you're like one of those Wall Street tycoons. You're like, yeah, buy, no, sell, buy, sell, buy. Yeah.
But you have to do what you have to do. I mean,
Yeah. And now, and I don't mean to be sounding like I'm dwelling into your life, but like you said, people need to hear this. People that have are dealing with this or haven't dealt with this that may it's you learn a lot, and it sounds like you did a great job. And yeah, I felt horrible because I couldn't be there all the time for my family member much at all, but I did whatever I could, and yeah, there was family members that were closer that could, and I did whatever I could to support them. If they said, no, you absolutely have to do this, okay, done. I mean, it's your family. You do what you got to do. But you also have to take care of your family and your life as well. And it's a matter of finding that balance. And it sounds like y'all did what that was. And some people feel they don't do enough, I think. And or that they're overdoing it and nobody else is helping. Listen, man, if you communicate and talk to each other, and yes, some people aren't going to be there. And then you're just going to have to learn to accept that, right?
Exactly.
Which I'm sure
about me being patient, but certainly when things were going on early in my life, there was a lot of tantrums and screaming and all that kind of stuff. But over the years, you just kind of learn, to be patient, and just kind of focus and try to figure all this out, and so,
yeah.
But I, growing up, I was far from patient. My father, no one believed me. My father once told me he was going to put me in anger management classes.
Yeah, I cannot see that from you, but again, if you knew me several years ago, you'd just be like, how are you even alive right now? So it's interesting. It's interesting how we grow and change, and Hey, do we want to become famous? Let's buy followers and primes and viewers on whatever that is. Yeah, nobody cares, buddy. Let me go in and block them again real quick. And Rita, that's so hard to believe, Sandy. Yeah, and Brenda, yes, you are right. It's all about balancing your priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always so I was gonna say, yeah, you know, we grow and we learn, and hey, I get it. You know, that's the beauty of you know, having God in your life too. He'll bring you you know, peace and purpose, and help you redirect. If you ask, He will deliver. That's for sure. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this thing so I can block them. Add to block list. There we go. Go ahead.
No, I said this was just kind of funny because when I was learning about mortgages, I had heard the commercials about getting a second mortgage, and I thought, that's the way I'm going to pay off all these bills and everything. And my oldest brother was like, no, no, you don't want a second mortgage.
Hey, Mark Silverby. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just reading Brenda's comment too. Amen to that. I couldn't last a day without him.
Yes, that's right, Brenda. Thank God for him. Well, yeah. I guess that's a little redundant, but okay. So through all this, and then you come back, and you really start getting back into the writing, which started with the 48-hour film project and those little things, and now that work-life balance. I mean, how do you balance all that? I mean, I know Mark can probably attest to a lot of this too. He's a pastor, a writer. He does many different things. So, but how do you balance everything out in your life and keep it rolling?
Well, I think fact too that I'm not married or anything, so I do have a little more time. But I just kind of like with my work, they've learned now they balance everything out more or less. They spread things out for me throughout the day and the night, because sometimes I have jobs to do at night. And then my brother's into weightlifting. He's autistic. He stays with me. He's into weightlifting, but he's usually leaving at night to go to the gym to work out.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got time right there that I can get onto the computer and I can work on my scripts or whatever, try to catch up with other things. So it's just, you got to find those little spaces in
Right.
What you have to do. Right.
Yeah, you take advantage of every free second you get, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But and obviously you've done amazing at it, because again, I mean, it's just a tribute to all your hard work with the Rose Wagon. I mean, again, what was it? 35. I'm sorry, my mic keeps moving around on me because I bump things. The Rose Wagons won 35 different awards now. Is that correct?
That was last count. Yes.
Yeah. You're like, hey, I haven't looked in the last 35 seconds, but
Well,
yeah.
It hit me because of Donna. She submitted it actually to a Christmas film festival, and she came back to me. She sent me an email. She goes, "Sandy, I'm so sorry they didn't accept it." But this was kind of a film festival that got very different standards in regards to the particular film we were doing. So,
Oh, well, yeah, and
oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, it is holiday based because it happens around the Christmas season.
Right.
But yeah, it's not. I wouldn't call it an actual Christmas film. But again,
Yeah.
would you really call It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas film?
Yeah. See, it could go either way. I mean, and that's kind of been my problem with the Rose Wagon. When people ask me, is this a Christmas movie or an everyday movie? Well, I could see it going both ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's a yeah, like Die Hard, exactly. Which, yes, I don't know how many places that's become such a huge debate. Is this a Christmas? No, it's not a Christmas film. It's just a film that happens near Christmas time, or based around Christmas time. It doesn't mean that Santa's coming down and whatever. They it's
Oh,
it's interesting. What did she say? What was that? Hold on.
Brenda. Well, they didn't want to accept just a trailer. When the film is completed, look out. They'll love it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure they will. But again, yeah, everybody. There are certain things, it's. Uh, I would say it's a holiday film in a way, but
Mhm.
it's a faith-based film, like you said, and it's a drama in a way. I like again, I don't know the whole story. I've only seen clips. So, but yeah, it's a very a heartwarming faith-based film, and it's got some drama, but it's got a positive message, and I think that's the beauty of it, and that's where the real charm of it comes from. So, um, I wouldn't, yeah, I get it. So it's not a Christmas film, whatever, but it's probably a holiday feel good film. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Feel good film.
Holiday feel good movie. There we go. And yeah, I mean, hey, you could watch it during, 4th of July if you want, but be just kind of weird. So, but
Right.
hey, I again, and
Christmas in
we've
July.
now, are you into just writing more drama-based films, or do you want to maybe stretch into a little comedy, or like you said, it's like Blue Ridge is kind of documentary-ish in a way.
Film with story. I like to write comedy. I just don't think I do it well, you know.
Yeah.
So that's one skill I'm still trying to learn in my writing. I
Okay.
did do a short, what wasn't really a horror film, it's kind of a weird film. And by weird, I guess I mean kind of, it was called, I don't know the best way to describe it. It was called The Doorman. And that was kind of a suspense based film.
Yes. Okay. I wanted to ask about that because I love suspense movies. I like Alfred Hitchcock, stuff like that. And I saw that little blip in here. What was that about? Because that was very intriguing. That was like a small little, just a short film, right?
Right. And it's one that really I was trying to stretch and, do other projects at that time.
Right.
And just basically about this woman whose husband is killed early on in the film. And she ends up at this,
Yes. Sorry.
she ends up at this bed and breakfast, not realizing that this person, her husband had accidentally killed someone early on in the film.
Uh-huh.
And she ends up at the bed and breakfast, not realizing that the owners, they're not the real owners. They are family members of the person that was killed. So they come, they do something to the other owners, and they're now at the bed and breakfast that she ends up at. And then mayhem just kind of ensues after that. But that's what,
Oh. Oh my gosh, dude, that is, dude, sorry. I'm from California. I say dude like every other 5 words. It's very hard being on here. I mean, well, when Andy's here, he catches me a lot too. But yeah, I like it.
yeah.
Oh my God. Now, is that something, and that's another thing. So these things that you've done in the past, are these things maybe you want to bring back and maybe, yeah, here's Johnny.
I
Rework and maybe make a feature film or a full length
that's
kind of thing.
yeah, that's kind of what I've considered with the doorman because it is a short film, but
Ah,
I've also considered turning it into a full length film. So I've told her when I'm going to go back to that, and I am just as soon as I get through these other projects. So that's the
yeah,
plate.
I fully, and so does the crowd, wherever they're at, fully applaud the fact that, I mean, that's very intriguing. Now can I go look this short film up anywhere? Can I find these on YouTube or something?
It's on IMDb. We still need to work on the editing for that one, but
Okay,
uh, it's
but
listed on IMDb.
it's listed on IMDb so I can find it on there.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, Something to do with my eventual free time. No, yeah, like I said, I love that Hitchcock. Who were your inspirations as you were growing up? Where did you get a lot of your inspirations from?
Well, for the suspense-based film, there's Alfred Hitchcock. Because he's a
Hmm.
master. He can make anything look. He could take something simple and make it look like, oh my gosh, how'd that just
Yeah.
happen? And
See, okay. Yeah, I loved the fact that everybody's like, "Oh, it's so boring." I'm like, "Are you really watching the film?" Because if you're watching the film and paying attention to the storyline, yeah, it seems like a simple plot, but there are so many other twists and turns that are happening that if you're not paying attention, you're missing the film and you're missing what his writing was about and directing.
I read it. I read up on it. Jimmy Stewart from Window with the View.
Uh,
He's watching all these people, and so much is happening. And like Alfred Hitchcock had said, not nobody had even said the first word, and you already realize that something is going on.
yeah,
And
and that was the beauty of his directing. I mean,
Mhm.
you didn't have to say anything half the time, or the actors didn't have to. There was so much happening with his film shots and the way he did things. It's genius. It really is.
Uh-huh.
But okay, I'm sorry. So, who else was an inspiration for you?
Well, of course, you like Ron Howard. I've watched a lot of his films, and I've even had one director film because I don't direct well. I really don't. I have to more or less do the screenwriting and the producing. I'm not a really good director. And somebody told me, they said, well, what you have to do is take those master classes with Ron Howard. I'm kind of like, but those are money too.
Yeah. That's money and time. Yeah, probably well spent, but gotta have. Yeah.
Right.
So yes, I fully get that. But I mean, have you looked into maybe doing some of that or?
I've looked it up. Yeah. I've started to look at some of that and hopefully get some tips here really soon because Blue Ridge, I would like to do some stuff with that, kind of direct and do a lot of my own stuff with Blue Ridge.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Now you have some great talent that has worked with you, like Robert Amico. He's done a lot of producing and directing. Do you get a lot from him? Do you get a lot of feedback from him, or Donna, who's been doing a lot of movies and things like that? I mean, you've had some major talent working with you. So
yeah, Robert, he will message a lot with feedback on certain things. Mostly it's because I'm always trying to shove things and get things going a lot quicker. And Robert's kind of like, just calm down. Everything's going to happen when it's going to happen. But he gives a lot of great feedback. Donna actually became my publicist through Rose Wagon. So she contacts me frequently. And
oh, okay.
yeah, and Donna is considering coming on to Blue Ridge. So yeah, it's just like they're just like an extended family, and you're just coming back, see you again for next
Well,
project.
hey, that's a great family to have. Lots of talent and lots of experience and knowledge. I mean, it's very interesting to be in the field that you're in, because so many people will play things close to they don't expose a lot of their stuff, and then you find people like Robert or Donna or there's other people out there, and it's like they're like they don't say nothing unless they really see something in you. And when you got people like I said, Robert and Donna, who are I mean, Donna has said well, either one of them they just raved about you and
Oh,
what you do, and it was just wonderful to hear, and it just intrigued me more to get you on, and that's why I was so upset when our first attempt failed. I was really bummed out about that. Yes, they are what Blue Ridge is a series that she's in the process of writing, Mark. Sorry, I'm trying to answer some of the questions, and if you are out there, please feel free to join in this chat. We're talking with Sandy Slaven, writer and director of the Rose Wagon film and the upcoming Blue Ridge maybe series or just a feature film. We're not sure yet.
right.
She's not sure. I have nothing to do with it. Um, but we're very excited about it, and I am very intrigued about your doorman. That is that's I'm sorry, I'm kind of geeking out about it now because that is just something I love that kind of stuff, and it drives my wife nuts.
And there's a lot
So
of good people involved in that one, and that's something I don't want to just scrap. So there's great potential of doing a feature one day.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would think that's great. Now, have you thought about maybe losing Breen? Yeah, I was going to bring that back up again because that's kind of based on some personal stuff, correct?
Well, in 2013, when I decided I was going to do a full length film, that's when Losing Brain started. Um, and that talks about early onset Alzheimer's. Because of
Okay.
course, after both my parents had it, I started looking into it. And I found out that the youngest person to get Alzheimer's was like 27. So, I've had doctors since then to say it could happen at any time. So,
Hmm.
you know, Alzheimer's.
And yeah.
Yeah, it used to be considered an old person's disease. What people would say to it's an old person's disease, but then you find out not necessarily um, that it young people can get it too. So losing brain was about early onset Alzheimer's.
Okay. All right. And but yeah, so it's a little personal basis behind it, but obviously you probably gave a lot of great knowledge in that. I have not seen it yet, so I again, I'm not allowed to do deep dives on my guests because it apparently blows up in my face when I do. So I try to just keep a very quick, short little synopsis going on. And so now I can go back and I can look at all this stuff. So I'm very excited. And again, especially for the doorman. That's, yeah, I'm just going to put it up there. Yes, I'm a nerd. So that's very cool. Now, what about like maybe something with a sci-fi twist or anything like that? Do you have any desires to do anything like that, or maybe I hate to say horror, but you're willing to do the suspenseful kind of stuff and drama. What about any of these other avenues, or maybe co-writing with somebody and doing something like that? Oh, look at Brenda. She's like, yes, please.
That could always happen, but I'm not a horror writer.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, okay, we've stabbed a person. What happens now?
Yes, because I'm very much the same way. Oh, that was the wrong button. Yeah, it's like after a while, it's like, okay, yeah, we've killed people. Okay, yeah, and then it just seems to be like after a while, it's like, yeah, okay, we can only blow so many things up and burn people and stab them and rip them apart. I don't know. I don't get it after a while. It's like, it's always been kind of boring to me. But again, the suspense, things like that, I really, really dig, and of course, shoot 'em up kind of things like, James Bond is a great blend of that. So I thought I was always fascinated by those kinds of movies. So yeah, what about sci-fi though? I mean, do you have any flares for that, or?
I'm not the greatest at sci-fi. I could try something like Rita saying up there if somebody works with me on the writing.
Yeah.
For me to come up with how much it costs to take from screenplay to movie, a lot.
Yeah, you get a lot of people involved, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, my Rose Wagon cast, I'm still paying them off, and that's been like a year, and
Wow.
you just, you determined you're going to pay them off, but it's just a lot of times it's hard to keep up with everything when you have so many people to pay, but it's a lot.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, we are calculating the total. I know.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I know.
But now, like, you look at a guy like Stephen King. He he does a lot of well, he doesn't do a lot, but he's written drama, like movies that have kind of a sci-fi twist to them in a way. I mean, I could see maybe you doing something with a spiritual sci-fi twist to it, maybe, kind of.
Stephen King, he's also someone that I got inspiration from, because Stephen King, I call myself weird, and I think Stephen King's weird, so I kind of relate to him. But
Oh, Stephen King's different. We'll just we'll give it that.
He's a lot of his films, he said, just came from dreams he was having.
Yeah.
So,
Which makes you wonder what Stephen was doing up there in Rhode Island or whatever. Yeah, he's like, dude, I get you were alone. Is this what cabin fever produces? Okay. Yeah.
I was going to go back on here. Seth Hacker was saying Rose Wagon was filmed in Martinsville and Mooresville, Indiana. And it was. That's where Seth and Jamie Hacker are from.
Oh, okay.
And that brought up something, because Donna and Robert, they're from.
And I'm sorry, we lost you somehow. Sandy, if you can hear me, I don't know what's happened. Oh no, we lost Sandy. We lost the signal. Well, hopefully, Ruggy. We're experiencing a little technical difficulty after such a smooth running show. I know she's yes, thank you, Rita, for being a part of it. We're trying to see if we can get Sandy back. She lost signal on what about what we're doing here. So yeah, if you're just joining us, we have Sandy Slaven with us. She's the writer and director of the film The Rose Wagon, the upcoming Blue Ridge either feature and or possible series. Just a great fun lady, and a wonderful writer director. So we're going to see if we can get her back. Hey, yeah, don't forget, these little fabulous hats make wonderful Christmas gifts. You can hit me up at the Random Christian Show at gmail.com, or just go to the randomchristianshow.com, and you can order them from there. $25, the hat, shipping, everything, it's all yours. We're working on maybe getting some t-shirts and some more stickers. I got a few more stickers left, which I'll send with the hat. But anyway, we are so glad that you all have been a part of this show. I don't know if we've lost Sandy for good or what. I'm trying to stall as much as I can. Yeah, Mark Sowersby here. Yeah, talk about sci-fi. It's and Mark, your book, I think, would be a very interesting movie as well. Mark was also on the show about a month or so back, the Random Christian Show. Hello, Rita. We are. Want to give me a call? I don't know how to call you. This is all through the old interweb. I would love to have you on here, Rita. If you want to shoot me a message at the Random Christian Show at gmail.com, I can be standing by and waiting for it. Anyway, as I was saying, we've got all sorts of great stuff coming up for you guys, especially in this month of December. We're gonna have Bishop Stevens back on next week. We have Herbie Pilato. He's written a lot of books about TV, about Mary Tyler Moore, about the Carol Burnett Show. I think we got Sandy back. Hang on one second here. And okay, there's Sandy. Hello.
That last computer, it died.
Oh,
the battery. I was at the library. It died, but I said, well, the show must go on.
Well, we got you back, and hey, this is life. This is what real live shows are about, and that's why I like it. So, well, thank you for finding a way to get back to us.
Yes.
Let's. I mean, I think I've talked your ear off far long enough.
Oh, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
And so, well, I have one more thing that I like to do with our guests, and I would love it if you would be available to do this. I'm trying to find all the doodads that go along with this. And this one is called, yes, stupid show.
Random questions of insanity.
Yeah, it's a little thing we like to call random questions of insanity. It's just a little fun thing we do with our guests at the end of the show, just to expose them a little more and let us see into your psyche and whether or not we can make fun of you behind your back. So what do you think? You want to play?
Yeah, why not?
Oh,
Sure.
it's just a fun series of little questions that we like to do. So they're harmless, and actually I think these first two would be perfect because you are a writer director. What is your favorite James Bond film?
Well, I'm embarrassed. I haven't seen a lot of James Bond films.
Ooh, okay.
Um,
No, that's not a problem.
I guess there's one called Casino Royale because I've
Yes.
seen clips of that one. So
Okay. Well,
that
all
was
right.
pretty
Fair
good.
enough. That's and it's I just assumed I don't know, everybody's seen James Bond. And this is why Andy's good to have around because he'll be like, "No, don't. No." But anyway, I'm yes, 007. That's right. What is your okay, we have a
What is
magic refrigerator in front of you, okay?
okay?
Now, you can make your favorite ever sandwich ever. You have everything in there. If you reach in, it's there. So from bread slice to bread slice, what is your favorite sandwich and what all is on it?
I usually just end up always making trying to do a Subway club. That's kind of like ham and cheese and
Okay.
different lettuce, tomatoes,
Tomato,
stuff like that.
salt and
Yeah.
pepper.
I don't like pepper.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm weird.
okay. No. Hey, this, like I said, this is it's just a peer into what we all do and what we don't like. I'll bet there's somebody going, yes, I totally agree. I don't like pepper.
My brother, he can eat anything hot. He says the hotter the better, and I'm like, you keep that stuff away from me, man.
Rita, yes, peanut butter, banana, and now don't freak out on this. Mayonnaise.
Oh,
Peanut butter, banana, mayonnaise. Yeah. I said the exact same thing. I'm like, that is disgusting. Just try it.
well, I was getting
Um,
ready to say. Now, when I was little, I do remember I had peanut butter and tomatoes.
oh,
Peanut butter and tomato sandwich.
yeah, I don't know about that one there. But you know, hey, we're willing to try anything at least once. I mean, that's the beauty of the world. You just kind of keep you can keep your mayo on everything.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Mark's saying grilled cheese. Okay. Okay. So no, that's it's like a Subway club. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff right there. Peanut butter, banana, and honey. Yes, is awesome. I am a huge honey connoisseur, by the way. In fact, I'm working on we're gonna do a bit where I go out to a hive or whatever you call them, people that harvest honey. I'm going to go out there and do a show on that, but that won't be till spring because they have to come out of hibernation. Anyway, okay, let's try a few more here. Okay, what's the best music genre?
Well, because I used to want my friends in high school to think I was really sophisticated, I used to always say opera, but I like country.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Oh, your wife's the beekeeper. Yeah, no, do you prefer older country, newer country, the pop country? Do you like the bluegrass style or?
There was some bluegrass because my dad, he was from Kentucky, so I think it was some of Lester Flats maybe and Earl Scruggs. And
Okay.
and then when it comes to country music, it's always been the Oak Ridge Boys.
Oh, wow. See, now yeah, classic country is great. I grew up on, my mom loves Willie Nelson. She's
Yes.
originally from Arkansas, and just despite everything, she's always loved Willie. Glenn Campbell.
Yes.
Anyway,
That's a good one.
a lot of the old school guys. Anyway, so yeah, no, hey, this, like I said, this is just, to let us know a little bit more about Sandy. Okay, now this one is one of my personal favorites. What's better, ding dongs, ho hos, Twinkies, or fruit pies?
For me, that would be a toss up between like the Twinkies and the fruit pies because I like cherry pies.
Oh my gosh, with chocolate milk?
Yes, actually.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, I've had it that way before.
Yeah,
Yes.
I used to do that a lot, but I was pretty high when I did it. So there was usually nachos involved too. So ding dongs, Rita. Yes. Nope.
Yes.
That is
those are good.
truly my personal favorite. Especially you put them in the fridge and then have them with milk.
It was kind of sad when they discontinued the Twinkies.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, Host is shut down. They were like,
yeah.
yeah, we're done. Meh, meh, meh.
Yeah.
And then they've redone it or whatever. Cold ding dongs from the fridge, Rita. You got it. Okay. Would you rather be in a pickle or in a jam?
Do a what?
It's a goofy. No, I said, would you rather be in a pickle or a jam?
Let's say pickle. I don't want to be in any jams.
Pickles, you can get a little salty in. Jams, it's all sticky and gooey. It's no fun.
Right.
Okay, let's okay. Here's one. You are presented with two doors. One door takes you to the toilet. No, I'm just kidding. One door you can go fix all the mistakes from your past. The second door, there's $10 million. Which door do you choose?
Oh, the first one, definitely. I'd like to go back into the past. There's a lot of things I'd like to redo in the past. There's a lot of people in the past I'd like to meet. So
nope. Excellent answer. Let's do a couple more here. What's the better pet, cat or a dog?
well, in my house I have them both, but my brother is the cat lover. I'd rather have the dogs. Yeah.
Far more. I've had both and I prefer dogs. Okay. Where's another good one here? I don't know. It would be kind of fun to know. You know what? Why not? Which famous celebrity would you want to punch in the face?
There's been a few.
Horses aren't pets, Rita. Goodness.
Right. Who would I like to punch in the...
I guess unless you're Rita, maybe then.
Gilbert Gottfried, because of the way he talks. It gets on my nerves.
Well, he's dead now, so it doesn't
I
matter.
know, but if he was alive, yeah, I'd punch him in the face.
He'd be one of those guys that you just don't want to deal with, right?
No.
Am I right? Okay.
You're right.
That was a horrible impersonation. God forgive me. Okay, let's.
It made me cringe a little bit. I was hearing him again.
That was just loud and annoying. So, Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Oh, Rita has two horses that are her pets. Wow. You have a very, very big house and probably kind of smelly. Just saying. Lots of deodorizing going on in Rita's house. Where are we at? Okay, let's do this one. Let's do this to wrap it up. You have 30 seconds to tell the world something. What is it, Sandy?
Be nice to everybody. You don't know what people are going through. Just be nice.
Boom.
That's what I always say. Just be nice to everybody, because I think sometimes I look at people that I think are the most put together, and sometimes I find out they're not as put together as I thought they were. So,
yes. No, beautiful answer. Beautiful answer. And that's, yeah, we don't know what we're all doing. And imagine if everybody was just cool to one person a day.
Right.
You don't have to like walk around, hug everybody. But, like I always say, hey, let that person that's, so in a hurry get in front of you in traffic. They're sitting there, go do it. Go ahead. You made that person's day. Hey, I win. Good. You won. Yeah.
You won.
and then you pass him up at the stoplight. You're like, dude, sorry. But you open a door for someone, whatever, something like that. Hey, just help out where you can. It's the little things that make it through, and just you'd be surprised how much a little thing will make somebody's day. Yes. So this is awesome. All right, Miss Sandy, I would love it if you would be able to come back with us. Would you ever be able to do that?
I love coming here. Yeah, absolutely.
This is awesome. Because once that movie comes out, and then I want to know about Blue Ridge and the development of the Doorman. I want to find a way for you to get that movie going. So,
okay.
Or maybe a series. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, even the crowd goes, ooh. I'm just saying. All right. Hey, Miss Sandy, this has been awesome. I thank you so much for putting up with me and taking the time out of your schedule to be with us. Please, please, please keep us updated. Everything that we've been talking about, we're going to have links to on the website for the show. So you guys can check that out. That sounded like somebody's horn. We'll have it all on the website, therandomchristianshow.com. You can go there and find it all. And be watching for the Rose Wagon to be coming out here within the next couple of months. And also Blue Ridge in development coming out soon. So keep us updated on that. Sandy, thank you so much for your time. We really, 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 really appreciate you and all that you do. This is awesome. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for being with us, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
All right. You are awesome. Thank you, my man. All right, kids. Yeah, hashtag Blue Ridge. There it is. Rita, thank you so much. Mark, everybody that's been on here. Brenda Joe, thank you so much for joining with us. We do this every week, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Next week, we've got Herbie Pilato. Where is he? Where's Herbie? I've got a picture of him. And it's called Graphics. We have him. We have this availability, this technology. There he is. Herbie J. Pilato's written a bunch of books about some great TV shows and whatnot. He's just a fabulous, wonderful man, very kind-hearted, and great to talk to. He's also done a lot of things in TV. It's going to be a good time. We want you here. Be with us every Tuesday at 4 p.m. We got a lot of other great cuts coming up. Check out the website, the randomchristianshow.com, Facebook page, all under the same name, YouTube. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Until next time, kids, I want to say thank you so much, and thank you for being a part of this. That's right, the Random Christian Show. We love hearing from you. Make sure to shoot emails and enjoy your week. Enjoy your time with each other. Be good to each other, kids. We're all we've got out there. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week with Herbie J. Pilato. Peace out, homie.